5 best things to come for space stock. Stay tuned. After smashing that like button, I'm appreciating that you switched into this video, because this video will tell you exactly 5 things that you should watch for when you are a space investor and what could affect the stock pretty much. Now let's talk about the overall market. Without doubt, this will be one of the most best drivers for space stock. A good market, a fear taken out and uncertainty of the market will definitely bring an upward trend for space stock, and this we saw on many occasions already. So if there is some news about a good vaccine that pulls the market up, then we saw also space driving this wave. So this is something that you should consider when you investing in space and any other stock, really, right? I mean, if the stock doesn't produce news on daily basis, on a weekly basis, then it's following the market pretty much. We saw this in February where the stock had its all-time high, right? We saw then it didn't make any big news, but the overall market just benefited growth stocks, and therefore the market benefited also shares of space, and the shares went up to $37 per share, which we still waiting on to hit again, but I'm very happy that we can pick up some cheap stocks here. And let's dive to number 2. So test flights are very, very important for Virgin Galactic. Think of it like when Tesla building gigafactories, Virgin Galactic making test flights. This is like the engineering step by step to produce the product, which is then finally the flights for our first customers. And the next flights are around September when the fall is starting. So I'm super, super pumped to see new news, new videos, new data coming in for those engineers to work on. Then step by step, we are just 2 flights away before Richard Branson is going into air, and then the second powered flight after the next test flight will be already a full rehearsal, right? Full cabin installed, 4 passengers, 2 pilots, everything that you need for commercial operations will be already tested 1-to-1 exactly, right? How it will be. So I'm super, super pumped to see that. I'm super, super excited because this is not too far into the future. This will be definitely happening before Q3. And talking about Q3, this is actually something that we will talk about later on in this vlog. So stay tuned for that and make sure to like this video so far if you like it. And if you like space stock and space updates, I'm vlogging every single day and doing live streams every single day, so stay tuned. Now let's talk about announcements. Now they can come anytime, guys, okay? As we have seen with the CEO Michael Colglazier or the announcement of the Mach 3 design concept, those news can come anytime. And therefore I'm always saying you cannot time the market. And before we are diving in, I want to remind you that there's a join button to the greatest community here on YouTube, finance and stock investing world. You can get access to the Discord chat, you can support only the channel, or you can even get one-on-one with me. There's 3 different tiers that you can choose from and select the one that is perfectly tailored to you. I would be appreciating your joining very, very much. Now let's talk about the announcement. The announcement can come anytime, so you never can time the market. Oh, I want to go and wait until the stock goes down, because then just as announcement comes, the stock can go skyrocketing high, okay? So we saw this with the announcement of Michael Colglazier. We saw this with the Mach 3 design concept, which shoot the stock up 7% on the same day. Michael Koglaser effect was even bigger for the stock just recently, and you know, this kind of announcements were triggered and also a little bit spoilered by Shamas. He told us that there's some significant announcements coming over the next couple of months and weeks, and therefore I'm super excited about the next one. I hope you too. We are already thinking about Q3 when Q2 is just a couple of weeks ago. Now, looking into the press release of the Q2, I mean, we didn't saw anything that was exceptionally surprising, but also not negative in one or the other way, right? I mean, to look into the financials, we had a net loss of $63 million compared to the $60 million that we lost in Q1, so no big change there, and the cash and cash equivalents was 360, which obviously will now increase by 460 million minus the money that will be spent during the next quarter. Now, this is something that is important to follow the finance, how they are currently you know, getting quarter by quarter used, and for what. This is important, and also I think the more important parts are really now the development, right? How the development of the spacecraft can continue, what is the update on the third spacecraft that is currently building, and also a very important part will be the reservations, right? The demand that is going on maybe now after the Q1 and Q2, where maybe we had a little bit of a downturn through all the crisis that was going on. Maybe we will see an uptick in that. This will be fantastic. Also, we will see, because in Q2 we actually have known or got to know that advertising was a little bit brought down due to the health crisis, and then we are actually now you know, on full thrust on the marketing, and we shall see how good it impact the demand of the ticket. So this will be important to follow, and you know, approximately 3 months from now we will know more. But the more important quarter earnings, in my personal opinion, will be the Q4 and Q1 that will be released, because this will be the super thrust quarter earnings that will, you know, really give us some news. And it seems that Virgin Galactic uses this quarter earnings also to release some brand new news. Just before the Q2 earnings, there was, you know, Michael Koglaser joining, and then the announcement of the Mach 3 design concept. So I'm very curious what will happen, for which announcement we are looking forward to in the Q3 and the Q4 release. Until now, we just have some beautiful renders. Now, this is very interesting because there's so much of interpretation that can go into the next product of Virgin Galactic. The supersonic aircraft that was teased just before the Q2 earnings, and therefore I'm super excited about this next big thing, because you always have to think when investing into the stock, well, there's a product that they really do well, but what is the next product? Because each product has a life cycle, even space tourism, and therefore it's very important to see already the next big thing. And Shamas told us in several interviews that he is actually even more excited about the supersonic point-to-point travel opportunity than, you know, most probably for the space tourism. Well, you know, I'm super excited what is the background for that, because space tourism itself is, I mean, it's mind-blowing, right? So, I mean, what can be better than space tourism? So there must be something more than just, you know, this supersonic travel. There must be, you know, some crazy experience that is happening inside this plane, or they will have their own airports, or something that, you know, we don't anticipate yet. And then if this surprise coming, the positive surprise about the new details about this aircraft and also the timeline will be very important, then I think this can be very, very bullish for the space stock. Now, also don't forget to smash that subscribe button and ring the bell button on my second channel, because starting in October I will post there daily content as well, and you should be subscribed so you don't miss anything.